Pokemon! Hello everybody, my name is Sniping Spawn, and I welcome you all back to the 92nd character in this long-running series of various newcomer ideas from for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And as I mentioned in the last video, character number 91, when I talked about Ray Mark III from Custom Robo, I said for character number 92, I'm jumping back into the world of Pokemon and finishing the trio, finishing the final evolution of the Alolan Gen 7 starters. I can't believe it took me this long to do a video on Primarina, but a long time ago, character like number 8, 9, 10 range, I did a video on Decidueye, and then like 15, 16, 17, I did Incineroar. I can't believe I did them so early, and it took me this long to jump back into Pokemon and talk about freaking Primarina and finishing the trio of starters from the Alolan region. So, that's it for now. I'm doing a video for Primarina. And for the intro gets too long, move 3 categories. Reasons for why the Pokemon should get in, why this character should get in, moveset ideas, and percentage chance I can see him actually get in. Now, why should it be Primarina? Why should it be Primarina over Incineroar, over Decidueye? First and foremost, I do believe, like, why should Alola get a Pokemon represented at all? First and foremost, it's always kind of been that way. Like, it's the newest generation of Pokemon, and this might be the first odd number generation that might not get screwed over, and it is kind of rumored that a Pokemon from Generation 7 is going to get in. Chances are it's probably one of the starters. So, like, it's going by a pattern. Like, there's always a new generation Pokemon. They represent Generation 1, the first match, by the way. Generation 2 is represented in Melee. Generation 4, which trumped out 3 because it just came out recently, was their first, Lucario, and he was in the movies too, in the anime specifically a lot of the way too. Then Generation 6 was represented in Smash Bros. 4 because that was the most relevant generation. We're not going to get Generation 8 just yet, and I do believe a Generation 8 Pokemon might be there for DLC, quite like why I think Fire Emblem Three Houses will get a character for DLC. Big marketing, big advertising for two of the biggest games for the Switch next year, Fire Emblem Three Houses and the Generation 8 Pokemon game. But Generation 7 is the most relevant one right now. It's super heavily, popular. The anime is doing really well. A ton of characters are utilized outside of it. So, like, Alola is the most relevant generation now. It's the latest generation now, and a Pokemon should represent it. So that's specifically why Generation 7 Alola should be represented. Now, why specifically Primarina over Incineroar or Decidueye? Well, I think she would be the most unique because Incineroar is mostly just a fire cat. Even though Incineroar is the personal choice I would want, and I think Decidueye is probably the most likely. It's in that range of those two. Those two are probably more likely. I think she would stand out as the most original of the three. It's like a mermaid Pokemon-type water thing. So I think the moveset would stand out. She's just as popular, he, she, it. Technically the gender could be either or for Pokemon. Just seeing the mermaid kind of makes me automatically think female. So Primarina is technically it's the most popular, but the least popular of the starters. I think Japan, Incineroar is like the most popular, and a lot of people, I think, in America like Decidueye. But I think Primarina kind of has its own popularity. It's not as popular probably as the other two, but it has its own popularity that it diversifies and is different and stands amongst them. It's not standing below them; it's amongst them. So I think its popularity pushes it forward. Its originality pushes it forward, and it's the least utilized out of the other two. Like Decidueye was, obviously thrown into like Pokken Tournament Switch version and whatnot, and Incineroar is like the most rumored one, and Incineroar is utilized in a lot of other things too, especially the anime. But Primarina doesn't have that, so maybe they want to not focus on representing that and then put it in the Pokemon. So there you go. That's basically the reasons for why I think Primarina makes sense. They're very low, very small reasons, but it's there. But the Alolan reason stands the test of time regardless which one they pick. Alola is pretty much the generation to represent now. So it's going to have to be one of those three unless they pick one of the other side Pokemon. In my opinion, like, it can be any of the three. I think Incineroar and Decidueye are top two choices, but Primarina is not really out of the canoncy yet either. Like, it makes sense to include Primarina. Moveset ideas. Now, I had to do a little bit of research on Primarina's moveset because I did not pick the Pokemon. I did not go for Primarina and whatnot. I went for Litten, to get my Incineroar, get my Fire Cat wrestling thing. And a lot of people went for, Rowlet to get Decidueye. But and I had to do a little bit of research on those two, but I didn't have to do too much research on Incineroar because I obviously picked the Pokemon. But it's basically a standard fairy water type Pokemon. So that's basically where it's going for in terms of moveset. The smash attacks are very much going to be the normal attacks. Double slap, growl to stun opponents, and the pound, like a dancing mermaid type thing. It's basically moves around like a mermaid, it dances and stuff. So it's basically the smash attacks will basically be it flopping around, sliding across the ground, doing pound attacks, or double slap, or growling at the opponent, which would maybe stun them a little bit so you can go in for a combo attack or something. But sliding around, doing dancing type maneuvers, very mermaid, water slipping around the stage, dancing type maneuvers. There you go. The special attacks are where it's going to be all the special stuff, like the water and fairy attacks. Water gun, just shooting water out of your opponent, very much like Squirtle does. And the Hydro Pump, which is what is part of Bowser. I'm thinking of all these different things now because it's super late in the morning. Oh my god, Bowser. Blastoise. Blastoise. Part of the Pokemon Trans Final Smash doing the Hydro Pump. So basically, Primarina can shoot Hydro Pump water. It would probably be the most powerful water attack you got. Icy Wind could probably be used to slightly stun, freeze your opponents, like how Growl can be used to stun them. Aqua Jet, Super Stream Aqua Jet. Sing, so we have another Pokemon on the main roster that can use Sing alongside Jigglypuff, so they both can do Sing attacks. It'd be kind of cool to see that utilized for more than just Jigglypuff. And Bubble Beam. Ooh, bubbles. There you go. That's it. So basically, the smash attack would be very dancing mermaid-esque, sliding across the stage, pounds, double slaps, and growls. Special attacks would basically be all the water and fairy stuff. Water Gun, Aqua Jet, Icy Wind, Sing, Hydro Pump, Bubble Beam. Now for the Final Smash, I wanted to represent, especially because it's the fairy type and it's one of the newest types of Pokemon, and it's also one of Primarina's most powerful attacks, is the Moon Blast. Most importantly, the Z-move version of the Moon Blast. So it basically just, it's a quick out-of-nowhere attack. There's no cutscene, no nothing. You press the activate button, Primarina just shoots the moonbeam across the stage, and the opponent that gets caught in it, the likes of Lucina and Mark doing their critical strike, or back when Zelda had the bow, or Sheik had the bow, or stuff like that, or the little bow staff gun thing that Dark Pit had. It's one of those things. You shoot it across the stage, and the opponent that gets hit, and it gets put critical, set the line off the stage. There you go. Simple, to the point, done. No cutscene, no nothing, just quick to the point, shoot the Moon Blast, and any opponent that gets caught in it will get sent flying, and if you have high enough percent damage, obviously it's a KO. Kind of like the bow for Zelda, or the critical strikes for Marth and Lucina and stuff like that. Percentage chance I could see Primarina getting in. Obviously, I'm going to have to be fair here. Out of the 3 starters from Alola, Primarina's probably the lowest, I think, possibly to get in the game. I gave Decidueye a 90 because I thought at the time Decidueye he was going to be the most popular choice, but now rumors are coming out that Decidueye is not the choice. But given that Decidueye was in the Pokken and utilized outside of the Generation 7 games, I thought it was very possible, and it still might be possible because some of these rumors could not be true. And I do think Decidueye is one of the top 2 choices alongside Incineroar. I gave Incineroar an 85% chance, and all the rumors are almost leading towards Incineroar. Those are the top 2. It's Decidueye and Incineroar, really. I'm going to give Primarina a 75% chance because it's just as possible as those 2, but it's obviously the odd man out, really, in terms of the Generation 7 starters, Final Evolutions. And I would like to say it was possible because I feel it'd be a little bit more original than, say, maybe those 2. But at the same time, there's not really much you could do for a mermaid type thing that flops around the stage and just does water and bubbles and fairy type attacks when you have a ghost grass owl and a freaking dark fire wrestling lion thing. So yeah, you got, or cat type thing, whatever, But I think those are more original, and the rumors are more so leading towards Incineroar being who's the most popular. Probably is leading towards Decidueye, even though Incineroar is the most popular in Japan, and it seems like they're what they want seems to sometimes trump out ours. America and Europe and whatnot. So I'm going to say 75% chance. Not super unlikely, but not super possible either. But it's the odd man out in Generation 7 Stars. But if they didn't want to go for Incineroar, they didn't want to go for the Decidueye, it's the most likely choice. Now, at that point, unless they pick a non-starter Pokemon, and they did that with Generation 4 with Lucario and whatnot, so it really can go any way, really. But Primarina, or Pokemon Gen 7 Alola. That's it for character number 92. Put a comment section. You guys want to see a Generation 7 Pokemon represented? Which one would you personally pick? Which one would you really personally want? Exclude the rumors. Exclude all the freaking leaks and stuff. Who would you personally want? Or do you want to represent different Pokemon? Or you say no new Pokemon to Gen 8 for DLC or something? Whatever they put it down there. My reasons for why Primarina should get it make sense. What reasons would you have? My moveset is good. What would you give them? This 75% too high, too low? Put it down there. Discuss it. We have fun. And stay tuned. When I jump back into World Third Party with character number 93, and quite frankly, it's kind of funny. These characters are so close together. When I jump back into a Sega franchise, and I'm going to be talking about Sakura War's own Sakura. See you all next time.